In a room full of innovators, educators, potential investors, and would-be entrepreneurs, Gary Wang stands out. And it's not just because of his height or his casual attire. Wang is the well-known founder of Tudo.com, China's largest online video site. He took the company public in 2011, merged with rival Youku in 2012 in what was then China's biggest ever tech deal, then cashed out of the company days later to pursue what he called his next interesting dream. He was the keynote speaker at InnoFest 2013, a three-day event sponsored by NUS that brings together Asia's business, academic, and technology communities. More than 700 people attended the festival, which this year focused on technology commercialization and entrepreneurship. Wang said he came to share stories about what propelled his startup career and what keeps him going. He seemed friendly and at ease as he spoke, but his first story was about anger. Sharing intimate details of his family history, he spoke of his grandmother, who he said suffered great hardship in China during the Japanese occupation.
I remember my grandmother, very old, still beautiful, smart, and full of deep burning anger.
He also spoke of his father, who was born in Singapore but grew up in mainland China. Wang remembers him, too, as being full of anger over lost opportunities and lack of freedom.
So anger was among my very early memories, and I grew up full of anger myself. You could not tell, if you knew me then, that such a young kid could harbor such a deep pool of anger in him.
But he says the anger was a relentless propulsion force that eventually led him to start Tudo.
To innovate, to start up a company, to overcome all the inevitable obstacles, to fall and get up and continue to run and charge, it's very hard for anyone.
He also told a story about timing.
I have sometimes been asked when it's a good timing to start a company. During school, right after school, work for a couple of years, work for many years. When the market's up, when the market's busted, when the technology is super early, way early, somewhat early, or just about right early.
In hindsight, he says the timing of the Tudo launch in 2005 was not good, but then things got better, and then they got a lot better. And then came the financial crisis, and things got worse. So his experience has shown him there's no such thing as good timing or bad timing.
So if you have that bug that keeps you up at night, causes you to put your fork into your drink glass rather than your plate, talk like an excited parrot to anyone who cares to listen to your idea, or you have so long kept that secret idea and you cannot hold it anymore. It is the right timing. Timing comes from your own heart.
If that's so, his heart must be telling him the time is right for his next big project. In March, he announced that he was creating an animation studio in China that would produce family-friendly fare for Chinese audiences. He turned 40 just days before his appearance at InnoFest, but with his Tudo experience behind him and the studio project ahead, he's changed his mind from when he was very young and thought anyone over 18 was a bore and close to death.
Starting up something new, the way things get built, finished, and perhaps eventually destroyed, built anew, I think it's probably the only way I know of, a timeless way of staying young and fresh. So for those of you who are embarking on a long journey of creation, I hope you stay young and fresh for a very long time.
For NUS Business School, I'm Katie Sargent.